What is the difference between international and domestic suppliers, and which one's best? So many people ask me, Josh, how do I find US suppliers, and should I get a US supplier? Or I did my research and the US suppliers are so much more expensive. Is there a competitive advantage to having a US product? Now, there's so many different ways that we can go with this product, and it really depends on your mission statement, your brand, your company, what you're trying to do, the belief of the business, and most importantly, the most important thing, which is margin. So I'm constantly telling my clients and my students to focus on margin. Like, of course, we all would love to have our stuff made in the US. However, the most successful brands, the largest brands in the marketplace, some of the highest quality brands that we use on day to day are made overseas in China, Apple being one of them, right? And the reason why is because the cost of goods are so much less. And it's hard to have good margin and scale a successful business when you manufacture or you source in the US. Now, sometimes it makes sense, but most of the times it does not make sense to the point where you have this crazy competitive advantage because you have an American flag on your product, or you have a tiny little word that says made in the US. There's a huge misconception that products in China are lower quality, yet some of the highest quality products that are crushing American-based products are actually made in China, right? So that's definitely a misconception. So there's a few different things you want to think about, and I challenge you to explore it. Maybe it makes sense. If you can make it make sense, the biggest advantage of having a US supplier over a Chinese supplier or a international supplier is the turnaround time and the logistic cost. Now, the logistic cost is going to be drastically lower, and the amount of time to get your product manufactured to get it in stock in Amazon is going to be drastically lower as well. That's why I manufactured and sourced in the US for years, to the point where we scaled and it no longer made any sense, right? So make sure you're doing your math, make sure you're looking at these variables, and always be testing the data. For more content and videos like this, make sure that you turn all of the notifications on my Instagram account. That way you're notified of every video, post, and live Q&A that I do. Also, check out more videos on my YouTube channel at Joshua Crisp on YouTube. There's over 100+ videos similar to this in all around entrepreneurship. And for 50% off all services as well as softwares that AMZ Hunter offers, make sure you check out www.amzhunter.com and use promo code HUNTER50.